Today in the TheSavageGoose show, we're going to talk about where I've been. We're going to talk about what's going on in my life, and hopefully you can get a sense of where the channel is going to be going. But first, the newsletter. Kind of actually some sadder things in the newsletter. So we're going to go over. So people are just needing assistance. They're facing life-threatening illnesses or have family that are facing life-threatening illnesses. So first thing we're going to talk about is the GoFundMe for Jody Black. Jody works for Pinnacle with her husband Clint. They both work for Pinnacle, doing different things and have worked in different parts for Pinnacle. Or as it says here, Clint actually is an alumnus. But there's a bunch of details over what Jody is facing on the GoFundMe. But to put it simply, she's facing she's in the hospital and dealing with, I read this here, idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, which is a lung disease. So if you are interested in helping out Jody and helping pay for the medical bills and such, go over to the GoFundMe page where you can get more information about that and what she's facing, and hopefully we can help them kind of alleviate any stress of financial stress while they focus on getting Jody healed from this. So go over and take a look at that. There's also a bundle going on over on Tether RPG for Aaron Acevedo. He is the art director over at Pinnacle Entertainment Group. He's facing some health issues, and if I remember correctly, his wife is as well. I don't remember. I believe I read that somewhere. And I don't remember where. I think it was maybe on the bundle itself, or something else in the past or something like that. But in the bundle, there's actually a really good assortment of different third-party products, including and some first-party products like the core rules for Savage Worlds. So if you're looking to get into Savage Worlds and want to see what the community has to offer, this is a great bundle to check out. $30 gets you several different settings. It gets you the core rules. It gets you a whole bunch of other really just fun stuff. There was even some stuff in there that I had never heard of, and some like settings I never heard of, like Snowhaven was one I saw that I was like, oh, I haven't heard of this. This is interesting, and take a look. I'm planning to read through that eventually. So take a look at that bundle. It's a really good bundle, and it goes to support Aaron and his family. Now, because of the issues that the team is facing currently over at Pinnacle, they are going to delay East Texas University's Kickstarter, which was supposed to start today, to just kind of help make sure people are aware about these problems with their team members, and hopefully we can get some funding to them. But going to be delayed. Currently expected to be 2 weeks delayed, so should be back on for May 5th as the official launch date for East Texas University Fresh Blood. So the updated Suede version with a new campaign, new rules, and just everything update for Suede as well. If you are still interested in the Deadlands 30th anniversary celebration event happening in Arizona later this year, there are still tickets available. This is actually kind of a surprise to me. I would like to be able to go. Maybe the reason why is the same reason why it's not gone yet. It's the same reason why I haven't gone yet and picked up the stuff. It is a little more expensive, but it's going to be 2 full days to participate in this event with people who made Deadlands, people who are working on Deadlands, and just have a lot of fun with them. So yes, there are tickets available. Go ahead and check that out. It's a few months away, but it's happening in October, which is it's still like what This is April. I guess it's only 4 months away. So yeah, 4 months away. Go check it out if you're interested in participating in that event. Weird Wars is on Fantasy Grounds now on the virtual tabletop. So Weird Wars, what's your Rifts and Weird Wars? We have Weird Wars 2, Weird Wars Rome, and a Rest for Savage Worlds, Bloods and Banes. All these are now on Fantasy Grounds. So if you're using Fantasy Grounds as your virtual tabletop of choice, you can now get these products there and at a discount. Licensee Spotlight, Accursed for Savage Worlds, updated for Suede. So this is actually really exciting for me. I saw this come through my drive-through RPG and was like, oh, what? This is super exciting. Accursed is a setting that I've been quite interested in. You basically play as, in a sense, the bad guys. You're not actually bad guys, you're good guys, but people see you as bad guys because you are monsters. You're vampires, ghouls, other assorted monster type of creatures. Werewolves, I believe, is one of the options as well. And the world has been taken over by witches, and you're trying to kind of rise up against the witches who've taken over in different forms. Maybe you're a ghoul who somehow still has their sentience, or a vampire who hasn't aligned themselves with some sort of other, with the witches. Really cool setting. I'm super glad to see that it's updated for Suede. So very, very exciting to see it, and looking forward to getting my hands on the updated. I have the PDF for the original, and I wanted to get the print version, but I was kind of waiting for a Suede update. So now it's here. Now I can go get that Suede update for Accursed. So super excited about that. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later in the new products area, but take a look at it for sure. So what's happening right now in the crowdfunding side of things? Europa is completed with almost everything. They're still finishing up some like EU, UK, rest of the world. Same thing with Deadlands Lost Colony. Doomguard is at the printer, so we should be seeing that sometime this summer. Deadlands Dark Ages has its pledge manager open. Pathfinder Carrying Crown has its pledge manager open. Deadlands 30th Anniversary is open for late pledges. And then E6 University Fresh Blood will start 2 weeks from today. So looking forward to that. Giant Doom says that he will be at the 30th anniversary event. So if you want to meet John Doom, which you should want to meet John Doom, because he's a cool guy making cool products and doing generally cool things, you can meet him at the Deadlands event. So check it out. All right, let's see here. Moving on, going back to our here. All right, so new products. New products. There is a few new products I did want to highlight. Obviously, we can highlight the real quick, just the bundle for Aaron. You can see over here we got a whole bunch of products here. I think that I don't remember what the additional value is, like $420 of products for $30. It's $30. Regardless if you own any of the products, there's no discounts if you own anything. It's just gonna be $30. So which is fine because there's still a lot of cool things here. We've got some different settings like Ninja High School, Bizarre Kingdoms, but also Daggerous Baragos and Gauntless Baragos for Suede, which are cool things. Han Cluster RPG, which is one of the fan favorites sci-fi RPGs for Savage Worlds. We've got some the new 9 Worlds RPG. So 9 Worlds is Cyberpunk plus Norse mythology. We got some more Scarlands things. We have Overlords, not Odysseys. Sorry, Odysseys and Overlords. We've got the Day After Ragnarok, Section D. We got some Savage characters. We got, let's see, the Titan Effect RPG. We've got some other things here. Some Dust Bunnies things. We have Equinox, The Last Moon, which it looks like a really pretty cover. I just don't know. I mean, thinking about getting the print copy, but now I can look through the real copy, the PDF, and see what I think of it. We've got, there's more down here. Come on. We got the core rules. We've got, where's the one I was thinking of? Dead End. The Dead End RPG has lots and lots of adventures going over like a TV show series type thing. But it's a zombie apocalypse type situation. We've got some MIDI settings from Tonk Ninja Studios, which has great MIDI settings and MIDI adventures and stuff. And so I find Snowhaven here. There's this one called Snowhaven somewhere around here. I don't know where that went. I'm sure it's in here. Here it is, Snowhaven. So that looks fun. A lot of fun things here. Wizards and Wise Guys. Great, awesome, cool, fun stuff. So take a look at that. Very, very good bundle as a John Doom. Very, very good. I wanted to highlight real quick the links, by the way, for the bundle and some of the products I'm going to mention are down in the description below. If you do purchase these products through my affiliate link, it just does not take any money away from anyone over any of these creators. It just takes some of the profits that Drive-Thru RPG would have made and kind of shifts it my way, so that I can then buy more things from these creators. So that does help the channel, and just I want to make sure it's clear that it's not going to be taking away anything from anybody, especially like Aaron's bundle, for example. So check it out. The Accursed core book here from Harmless Forest Creature Games. This has been produced by other people in the past. The different people, same people are still working on it, but different companies have worked on it, and now it's being released under Harmless Forest Creatures. I also want to highlight there's multiple books that came out for the updated version for Suede. So I've had the previous version for Deluxe Edition. This is for Suede, and it needs the core rules and the horror companion for use. So do keep that in mind. I'm not a big fan of like things needing multiple books in one, but it kind of makes sense for this one, I guess. It's 155 pages, and it also released a book called Accursed World of Morden, which is just like a world building book for all the background material for the setting. You don't need to get this or anything, but it's something that might be helpful if you really enjoy the world. So that's a 125 page book of the world. And then there's also one last book that they released called Accursed 3 Omens. So, and Shane Hensley even wrote some of the stuff. So if you're, this isn't some like other side thing or whatever, that Shane Hensley was part of this as well. So this is a book of adventures for the setting. So if you're looking for some adventures to run, here you go. 63 pages, cool stuff. I'm definitely looking forward to getting all 3 of these books at some point, because this setting just to me that seems like so much fun, and I really would like to get it. So looking forward to that. And last thing I wanted to bring up is from a swag author, good old Jacob Osajewski, Temple of the Sun. This is a free PDF that is down in the description below for a one-shot adventure for Savage High Fantasy Novice Heroes. So if you're interested in just running a nice little adventure made by a swag author who has a really good reputation in the community for making solid products, take a look at that for a little adventure to include in your Savage High Fantasy games. Going back to our slideshow here, Kickstarters. Phase World ends this Friday, April 24th. So if you're interested in getting Phase World for Savage Worlds from Star Anvil Studios, this is when the Kickstarter will end. Definitely take a look at that. I also did a interview with Brandon from Star Anvil Studios quite a while ago at this point, but it is still relevant to the conversation. So if you want to hear more about the setting, you can take a look at that. This funded really quickly, and they're doing really well on funding, probably because this is a amazing setting that has like a lot of historical significance. So take a look at that and check it out. Coming Tuesday, May 5th, or as my wife liked to said, Cinco de Mayo. We are doing East Texas Fresh Blood. So look forward to that if you're looking forward. I already played through the first ETU, so I'm looking forward to kind of getting my hands on the second one, seeing what kind of improvements they've made, what kind of changes they made, and just seeing what the adventure looks like, and seeing how we can like kind of mix things up and how different it is from the original. Also coming sometime this year from White Witch Games is going to be Outlaw Girls and Cannibal Elves from Vermilium. I know this has been on here for quite a while. I know Ben over at White Witch Games has told me that things just got delayed because I think he moved and there's a bunch of other stuff going on. So just keep that in mind, but it's still coming, and I'm so excited about it. We just finished our Vermilium game, and we're just about to head back into our Rise of the Runelords game, heading into book 5 of Rise of the Runelords. So that is Sins of the Savior. Looking forward to that. We're going to start out really strong, not only with the scribbler in the beginning of the adventure, but also a character from one of our characters' backstories who's going to be he's been pretty antagonistic to the party this whole time. So looking forward to that. So main topic, where did Savage Goose go? Where did I go? And what's next for the channel? If you've been paying attention at all to my posts on YouTube, so I'll do like community posts and things. I have been asking about this live stream, and basically, what do you guys want from this? What do you guys prefer? Do you prefer my live streams? Do you prefer the main topics? Do you prefer the news? Like, what things are you wanting? Right. So that's been the question that I've been asking, because I'm trying to figure out what to do. To give a little bit of background though on like what's happening in my life, nothing like major has happened or anything. The main things that my wife started working again. It's been almost 7 years since she started working, because we had our first kid. She was a stay-at-home mom and did great doing that, and had her own business for a bit, and she's still kind of running that business. And she was doing that work, but we just decided together, and now that like one of our kids is in school, another kid will join school next year, and our youngest is 2 now, and she's just at an age where she can still be fairly independent, and I work from home, so it's not hard for me to watch her or anything, and my other kids are when they are home. And so we decided to find time for her to rejoin the workforce, and how to help pay for our kids to go to school and such. And so we just a little bit different lifestyle than we used to, a little bit less time than we did, because I'm trying to make sure I balance, make sure I spend time with my family, spend time with her. And Saturday mornings, she works for a bakery, and so working Saturdays is pretty typical. And then we don't really do work on Sundays for religious purposes. So so there's a lot less time that we have than we did before. And I'm again trying to make sure that I'm enjoying our time, enjoying a little bit more less stress, and enjoying time with my kids, and also just enjoying my other hobbies as well. I've gotten into kind of retro gaming for a bit, and still I plan to keep with it. I've enjoyed video games a little bit more than I used to, and I'm just enjoying like more simple games. I haven't been doing like AAA titles or anything, playing like indie games and just old titles for like NES, SNES, that kind of thing. So enjoying that. I've been getting back a little bit back into 3D printing, getting pre-prints of models I want for my D&D games, my Savage Worlds games. I am playing a lot of Savage Worlds or RPGs. I play Savage Worlds once a week. I play D&D every other week and once a month. So just keeping up a busy life essentially. And even like on Tuesdays, I have a Bible study I go to on Tuesdays right before I get on here and do this stream. So it's just a lot kind of going on. I want to keep doing this though. I'm not like quitting. I'm not like one of those like things where I'm burning out or anything. It's just like I want to take some time to enjoy myself this past month, and kind of like get a reset as life kind of balance itself out a little bit, and just figuring out where my time can be spent making content. I have a whole bunch of not just like video ideas, but video scripts ready for me to record. I just have to record them, edit them, and then get them out to you guys, the viewers. And overall, that's kind of where I want to be at this moment, at least. And I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with this live stream yet, because I still kind of like this medium. I can get content out to you guys weekly if I stick with it. And then we're just doing you guys still get content, and I'm still posting, and you guys get updates on what's going on in the community. You guys still get updates on any publishers that come on to be to talk about whatever they're making or whatever. I still want to do that. I still want to like help boost not just Savage Worlds in general, but Savage Worlds third-party publishers and the community and all the cool stuff that the community is doing, not just what Pinnacle's doing. So I like this medium for that, because I feel like it gets a little bit more attention to people, doing like the swag or Ace licensee spotlights, or talking there's few minutes about that. But at the same time, I can also be doing that through review videos. And so it's a little bit of me right now trying to figure out the balances. And I'm coming to you kind of saying, I actually don't know what I'm going to be doing next. I do know I want to try to carve out some time to do some video recording so I can get some batch shooting done. I plan on doing that next Tuesday. I took next Tuesday off from work so that I can do a few errands, but also spend some time just batch shooting some videos and getting all that ready, so I can at least start getting some more normal videos out to you all. I've been very excited by how well received my most recent videos have been. They've done very well. Even the ones, especially the ones that I didn't think were going to do well, they ended up doing well anyways. So that's super exciting. And I just want to keep doing that. I want to keep making videos about Savage Worlds, or just about more generic RPG topics that people can learn from. And one thing that has been happening for me is I've been exploring more tabletop role-playing games, not because I want to stop playing Savage Worlds, because I love Savage Worlds, but more because the more that I'm able to study other RPGs, I'm able to, one, learn what I like, and how I want my games to run. And it helps me explore kind of how Savage Worlds is designed and how Savage Worlds tackles certain issues. I did a video script recently about the going on hold, and just kind of how powerful that is, and what it lets you do that other games don't really let you do. Now there is I'm and kind of like that kind of thing. And I also, even through that, learned some stuff more stuff about Savage Worlds. For instance, even though the Joker ability clearly says that you can go whenever you want, I never really realized it meant whenever you want. I thought that was just like a funny way of saying you're basically on hold. But no, it means you can go whenever you want and there's no roll. And that's super powerful. And I never fully understood that. So I'm enjoying doing research for these videos because I'm learning more about RPG design, learning more about what I like about Savage Worlds, learning more about like what Savage Worlds is good for. Another video I'm working on or have a script ready for to record is how Savage Worlds lends itself to certain kind of adventure design. And I'll read like posts on Reddit and such, and I'll see things. I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be a great video topic in general. And I have like I think if you look at my Todoist board, I have I think it's like 70 ideas for YouTube videos for Savage Worlds or for this channel. Not all of them are necessarily good, but they're all the other topics I've come up with. And then that's just the ones I have ideas for that I haven't done any research for or haven't done any scripting for or anything like that. For those who didn't know, I do script my videos. I'm not off the cuff enough. I know some people are really good at doing like just outlines and saying what they want, but I'm not the kind of person. I need to write a script out. So that's what's going on there. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say about that. I've also not as been as I noticed that in the past month or two, I've not been as involved in not just the Savage Worlds community, but also the other communities that I'm part of, like on Discord and such, with just kind of talking to people and engaging with them. And that's because I've also kind of gone away from social media. I've actually like really dumbed my phone down because I've been wanting to kind of like not have to worry about my phone for a while and like not be tied to it and kind of go. I'll say in a sense, kind of live more like I was in the 90s or where I'm a little bit more disconnected, maybe more like early 2000s, but still, where things are a little bit more analog and less reliance on streaming services and the internet and that kind of thing. So I have a little, use my phone right now. And it's called Minimalist is the name of the UI. It only has like my music, my apps, and then like the normal things I still need to have access to. But there's actually no social media on here as far as I'm aware. So no Discord, there's no Facebook, no Instagram, no, not even YouTube. I actually took YouTube off as well. So now when I enjoy YouTube, it has to be like I have to sit down on my either my computer or on my TV and watch YouTube there. If I want to use Discord, I have to be at my desk to use it, or like on my laptop or something. So I've not been as involved. So there has been maybe it's a little bit less stream of ideas. But I really want to kind of get back into doing those videos and having those ideas, and I want to be part of the community still. And so this is my one way to kind of be part of the community is by making the videos. So I do want to do that, and I hope that they're helpful to other people. And it seems like they are based on the comments I'm getting and the performance of the videos and everything. So that being said, not going anywhere. Just I don't expect to have any sort of weekly cadence at this point. This is not my highest priority, and I don't think you guys expect me to have this as my highest priority anyways. But I just want to make sure it's like getting clear. Like I'm doing this mostly for fun, a little bit for the added revenue to buy more Savage Worlds books, feed an addiction to a hobby. But I genuinely just like want to do this. I want to have fun doing the videos. I want to make the videos, enjoy them. I want them to be helpful to other people. I want people to learn about Savage Worlds so they can enjoy it. I don't expect it to be said as big of a priority. I'm going to be prioritizing some other things, especially time with the family, especially now that the weather's getting nicer. That's also part of the problem is that weather's gotten nicer. And now I'm like, I don't want to be stuck inside making videos. I want to go outside, enjoy the pretty days and get yard work done. And that's the other thing. There's a lot of housework I need to do. I've never been very good about housework in general. I don't mean like doing laundry and stuff. Not that I'm very good at doing laundry either. Thank you, wife or Joyce, for doing our laundry. But I am we do have a lot of things around the house that need fixed or taken care of. I'm digging up our backyard right now to put a French drain in because we are definitely having some drainage problems and I want to make sure our foundation's kept safe. Stuff you got to worry about for when you're a homeowner and an adult. So all that being said, I'm enjoying the weather, enjoying time with family, enjoying time doing things. So not doing as much time in front of screens essentially. And that does mean that I'm not going to be as consistent with videos. I'm going to try to get better. I'm going to try to do more because I think I have a lot of ideas I want to do. But they'll get out when they get out. And as far as this weekly live stream is concerned, the main problem I'm facing is that sometimes I just don't have any ideas for what I want to talk about, and don't really want to have to stress over worrying about coming up with video topics. It's really actually I really like doing the interviews because then I don't have to come up with a topic. I can just be like, cool, we're gonna talk about let's talk to you about this product, and that's it. I don't have to worry about anything else. So that's kind of like where I'm at with that. Every once in a while I have an idea that something like I want to talk about. And I could take some of my video ideas and talk about them kind of a little bit more randomly on this platform and then make them turn it into a video later. So I do have a video that is a video script that I kind of talked about here, but I wanted to have a more full conversation about it over on a long form video. So we'll be looking forward to that as well. So that's kind of it. I do appreciate everyone for kind of talking and hanging out with me. And if you have a comment about it, what you think would be helpful, maybe you have any tips for me to help me ensure I get videos out there. Happy to hear them. I definitely learned some things more recently about videos. I'll say like right now, I want to do more setting review videos, but I will say setting review videos take more time because I'm putting in a lot more assets into the videos, like B-roll and pictures and stuff of the products, where just me talking about things doesn't necessarily require as much. I can just talk about it, do some cuts, and go from there. So all that being said, I do look forward to sharing more videos with you guys and talking about Savage Worlds and talking about Savage World settings. But yeah, look at the comments. Ransom has says, I like your RPGs, Savage Worlds videos, and I enjoy the live streams and news and interviews. I appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate it. Johnny says the season is which the weather gets far worse for us in Arizona. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I do think that I think I wouldn't mind Arizona just because obviously it's like blistering hot and everything, but at the same time, from my understanding, from my cousin who lives in Arizona, is that the sun sets the sun sets later in the summer. It does not set as late as it does here because we're much farther north than Arizona, and I think that'll be interesting just to have an experience more like summer but with earlier sunsets. I don't know. I'd like to experience that. All right. I think that's everything. I again appreciate your time today, everybody. Enjoy Savage Worlds. Enjoy your games. I'm going to go read up on Sins the Saviors, Book 5 for Rise of Rune Lords, so I can run my game tomorrow. Enjoy, everybody, and we'll see you soon.